Welcome to the Everything Podcast.
Welcome to Season 1, Episode 7 of the Everything Podcast. This episode is being recorded on Sunday, the 30th of October. In this episode, I'll be sharing some trailers that have recently been released, as well as some reviews for some shows that I've recently watched. We are starting off with the Series 33 trailer for Top Gear. Here it is.
Come on, shall we? Unadulterated Alright. I'm gonna find a little spot to lie down and have a cry.
That was the Top Gear Series 33 trailer, and Top Gear Series 33 starts tonight and continues every Sunday 8 p.m. on BBC One. That is so just a reminder, that is starts tonight, which is Sunday the 30th of October, and continues every Sunday at 8 p.m. on BBC One.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Yes, that's how you can get in touch. Next up is the trailer for Reboot. Here is the trailer for Reboot.
We're definitely on the lookout for breakthrough shows. So, what do you got?
I want to reboot the old sitcom Step Right Up.
Step right. Are you serious?
And I want to do it with the original cast.
According to Wikipedia, Clay Barber, drug charge and disorderly conduct, Brainray Jensen did a low-budget sci-fi cable show.
Captain, I'll repair them as soon as I nourish my larva.
And Reed Sterling left to pursue a film career.
I'm the ruthless mother standing here with a 38 snub nose. You know what? I was thinking, what if I infused it with a layer of weariness and vulnerability?
Maybe don't think.
It's just not what they taught us at the Yale School of Drama.
Okay, we're done.
Remember I told you they were rebooting my old show?
Is she gonna be there?
You know me, Brie?
I'm stuck and I can't breathe.
Oh, fine, but I'm in a committed relationship.
What are you, 15?
I got it.
Hi.
I thought it would be weird if the first time we saw each other was on set.
That would be weird.
Everyone, this is Gordon. He is the creator of the original show. We're new writers.
This is one of those diversity intern training things?
Literal gas. Comedy's evolved since you last wrote for television. I mean, honestly, whole species have evolved.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on, guys, let's bring it in.
No reason to do that.
Your mom still comes to set with you every day.
She's been coming to set with me my whole life.
Dude, that's creepy.
Could you say something to my mom?
Yeah, what the?
You know how in the old sitcom, the characters always did the right thing? Man, they don't do the right thing anymore.
Oh, boy. What if Zach finds out?
Finds what out?
That I couldn't talk to your mom yet.
Too hard, huh?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Not that.
We gotta meet Brainray Jensen. Can we just tape this later? Because honestly, I'm feeling really gross right now, and according to wardrobe, I look like a cow.
We're live to 85,000 people.
Hi, everyone! Yeah. Hello!
You actually have the rare gift of being funny. You can make millions of people laugh. To bring people a little joy.
Yes! That is as good an honorable thing as a man can do.
Gordon, I'm speechless.
Shit, if I knew that's all it took, I would have complimented you years ago.
I work at Hulu. This is my first time on a set. I'm new to humor.
What do you do?
Vice President of Comedy.
Fun!
That was the trailer for Reboot, which releases on Disney Plus this Wednesday, November 2nd, with all episodes available on Wednesday, November 2nd.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
That's how you can get in touch with me at any time, as well as the trailer for Reboot, which, as I said, you can watch all of the episodes on November 2nd, which is this coming Wednesday, with all of the episodes. Next up is Blockbuster. Here is the trailer.
Look, there's no easy way to say this. 7 more blockbusters just closed. You're officially the last one on Earth.
I don't love the pattern that's starting to emerge. Hello?
Come on, I'm the last man standing.
How am I supposed to be the next Tarantino if I don't work at a video store?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what's holding you back.
No one's going anywhere because everything is under control.
That's reassuring.
Just act like one of your favorite bosses from a movie.
Like Boss Baby or Devil's Advocate?
One of those is a baby and one is Satan.
And look at the heights they reach despite their circumstances.
Fair.
Continue this focus. I think we're gonna be okay.
An eviction notice?
I felt real bad about it. That's why I drew a sad face on it.
No one takes me seriously. I've been working here since the 7th grade.
That is not the flex you think it is.
I've always thought of myself as over 40 at heart. I don't get why you're getting a degree in accounting.
All you do is talk about making movies.
Accounting is basically like the film of numbers. See? That was the saddest thing I've ever said.
Saddest thing I've ever said is 1 ticket for Space Jam 2.
Sorry if I haven't seemed stoked to be suddenly working the same job I have in high school, just so I can afford the studio apartment I had to rent because I caught my husband Aaron on a date with a 25-year-old, also named Aaron.
Why is that worse?
I don't know, but it is.
The last man.
I put everything I had into this store. Because it's the only place that's ever felt like home.
Blockbuster on 3!
Just so you know, I am aware of your feelings towards Eliza.
I mean, are you like picking up a vibe or something, Lowe?
So fun.
This calls for another drink.
You're a business owner. You did the whole 30 twice. And you smell good. Tell me you are in your prime right now.
Yeah, what's it like living such a dream?
Well, you know it has its ups and downs.
You fall for it.
Sarcasm.
She almost got you.
Come on, man.
The last man standing.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Yeah, that's how you can get in touch with me at the podcast at any time. It's now time for Enola Holmes 2. Here is the second trailer.
Dare I ask?
I'm looking for a girl. She worked at the match factory. Enola Holmes.
She's a detective.
Looks like she'd blow over in the wind. She discovered something that powerful people want to hide, and it's deadly. Sherlock, why are you here? Is it my case or your own?
Both. Seems our cases are connected.
The game has found its feet again.
Extortion, blackmail, corruption. I fear she's tangled with the wrong people.
Posh girls like you don't belong in this fight.
Posh or not, one thing I am good at is fighting. She likes causing trouble, doesn't she?
Don't be so desperate to prove yourself, Enola.
But it's important. I know what that's like to feel alone, to be ignored. No one else cares for these girls. But I think I've made things worse.
Nonsense. Find your allies. Work with them. And you will become more of who you are.
Stop that!
You could be magnificent.
I need your help.
Be my girl.
Well, don't make me repeat it. May I come in?
Everyone here is playing a part.
X marks the spot.
Testing each other.
Well, that's just rude.
Shouldn't you be in finishing school?
Oh!
I wonder who taught you to fight like that. Another thing our mother has to answer for.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Yeah, that's how if you want to get in touch with the podcast. It's now time for the first review of the episode. I'm reviewing Married at First Sight UK. Married at First Sight UK is where singletons get married to complete strangers. These singletons are watched by experts. I watched the whole season as it came out. I really enjoyed it, and it shows that true love does exist.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
The next trailer that I'm going to show is Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Here is the full trailer for Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
These people did not call him General or King. They called him Kukulkan, the feather serpent god. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
We know what you whisper. We lost the protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Next is Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. Here's the trailer.
Now, I may be in pretty decent shape. Sure, I may look like an immortal Norse god, etc. Stop it. But I know the clock is already ticking. I'm teaming up with the world's leading longevity experts. Taking on 6 of the toughest tests of my life. Pushing myself to the very limit. I want to discover how we can all unlock the secrets of living a healthier, longer life. Oh, good luck with that. I think I've lost my mind. Yeah.
You're going to have to navigate through the outback using only your brain.
I want you to go 4 days without food to do a reboot on your system.
It's gonna be a shock to the body. I'm not gonna lie.
Of training your mindset to embrace the stress so that it doesn't kill us later.
Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
What's making you nervous?
Oh, death is usually a
Death
a
is
big
so-
yeah.
It's a retirement village made just for you.
All right. How hard can that be?
Breathe in.
Just a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be.
If your face tells me that you're done, you're done.
I'm outside of my comfort zone further than I've ever been. What scares me is not being able to play with my grandkids, be active, all the things I love to do.
There are certain battles we're just not going to win.
Guess I'd better keep at it.
Let's go.
It's a battle against what time can do to us. So here goes.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022
Come on, Chris. You're giving up already.
gmail.com.
Shut up,
You
Gary.
can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Limitless with Chris Hemsworth releases November 16th on Disney+. It's now time for the Santa Clauses. Here is the full trailer.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings
were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
Calm down, no.
Who are you?
I'm Santa Claus. It's different out there. All those kids turned into adults. They stopped believing and losing magic. So, for the good of Christmas, I'm retiring.
Wow, I didn't even know you could do that.
I think we see what the rest of the world's like as normal people.
I'm making a list of things I want to do, like need a crossing guard.
Wow.
Dad.
Sandra, he warned you this is what I look like here. It's Dad, me. You know, have a Funicino. Put cocoa in it instead of coffee. Put a little peppermint in there if you have that. Chop up some cookies and sprinkles.
Name for the order?
Santa.
Sir, my job is hard enough.
Oh. For the first time, I'm going to spend Christmas with my family.
New Santa is destroying Christmas spirit. When the last of the light goes out, it could be the end of Christmas.
I retired too soon. I hired the wrong guy. I've got to go back to the North Pole. Elves are disappearing.
Elves are disappearing? You should have led with that. We're going.
Are you seeing this? Christmas is in trouble. Let's go. Now we're getting somewhere.
The Santa Clauses releases November 16th on Disney Plus with a 2-episode premiere.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022 at gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Next up is Mickey the Story of a Mouse. Here's the trailer.
During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing. It was all started by a mouse. All started by a mouse.
Simple circles.
Oh, gosh!
Mickey is a thing we all share. There aren't many of those around.
Mickey the Story of a Mouse releases November 18th on Disney Plus.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022 at gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything podcast.
Next is Strange World. Here's the trailer.
What kind of airship is that?
I've never seen anything like it! Baby Clay! What is the president doing in our front yard? Our entire world is in grave danger. I want you to come with me on an expedition.
I'm not my father. He was the explorer.
I know you were just a kid when you went missing, but now you're all we got.
Mr. Clade, I'm a huge fan of your dad. Do you think you could forge his autograph?
What?
Where in the world are we?
Ethan, you brought the dog?
Sorry!
We are clearly in uncharted territory.
Hello, you probably don't understand a word I'm saying.
Of course I understand you.
Huh?
Dad? Dad? Grandpa?
Hello, Grandpa.
What is this place?
The cliffs are alive, and the waters dissolve the flesh off your bones.
Everything down here is trying to kill us.
Do you mind if I call you Splat? You just kind of give me Splat vibes. Ow! I guess I deserve that. Grandpa's awesome!
He is not awesome! You gave me a machete for my birthday?
Classic Jaeger Clade.
I was 2.
I'm loving this family reunion, but come on, we got a world to save.
We need you to figure this out, otherwise we're doomed. We are doomed!
Wait, seriously? No, I'm just messing with you.
Didn't see that coming.
Anytime you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter @everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Strange World releases November 23rd in cinemas. It's time for the second review of the episode, which is Season 1 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law. This show was more fun than some of the other Marvel shows. It poked fun in itself. Excuse me. Especially in the finale. The show also contained cameos including Hulk and Wong.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter @everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Sticking with Marvel, it is now time for Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special trailer. Here it is.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities like Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for a really wonderful Christmas gift, it would make him happy. Something special he will never forget.
What about someone special?
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
You just said that, Drax.
Your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. You're coming with us as a Christmas present.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter @everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything podcast.
The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special releases on November 25th on Disney Plus, exactly a month before Christmas. Next up is taking a bit of a step to next year now, starting off with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Here is the official trailer released this week for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions. Scott, you're an ex-con. How are you an Avenger? That doesn't make sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
People still need help, Dad. That's why we made this. Like a satellite for deep space, but quantum.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm. Turn it off. Now! It's a secret universe beneath ours. What are you so afraid of? There's something I never told you.
This place. It isn't what you think. I can get you home. And give you more time. If you help me. So, what's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
At any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania releases in cinemas in February 2023. The last review of the episode is Doctor Who: The Power of the Doctor. This episode of Doctor Who was Jodie Whittaker's final episode, as well as a celebration for the BBC's 100th birthday. The Power of the Doctor contained a lot of characters, both past and present. These characters included past Doctors and companions.
If you want to get in touch with me at any time, you can do in a variety of ways. You can email everythingpodcast2022@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at everythingpodc, and you can also find me on YouTube by searching for the Everything Podcast.
Spoiler alert now, I was about to play the regeneration for the 13th Doctor and the teaser for the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who. Here they are. You've been warned with the spoiler alert.
Blossom, yes, blossom. That's the only sad thing. I want to know what happens next. Right then. Doctor whoever I'm about to be. Tag. You're it.
What? 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 I don't know who I am anymore.
Someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
Doctor Who returns in November 2023 for 3 specials, with David Tennant and Catherine Tate. Then Shooter Gatwa will make his Doctor Who debut over the festive period in 2023. And just for clarification, that is Christmas /New Year, that time next year. Now, before I go, I just want to say another thank you to the Toon Saloon for animating the podcast. The last episode that he animated is still the most viewed, and that happened to the one before at that time. So thank you for that. That's it for this episode of the Everything Podcast. See you in November for Season 1, Episode 8 of the Everything Podcast. Goodbye.